host, Naelle, and today we're going to be traveling the world for free. This is episode number 7 of this series of videos where you tell me how are you dealing with the whole pandemic situation around the world. Don't forget to check out everyone that's participating in this video. All their links are in the description box. If you haven't watched any of the previous episodes, I suggest you do. The link is in the description box as well. Without further ado, take a sip of tea and enjoy.
Hi there, I'm Gala and I'm from Mexico City and I'm in quarantine. About my local government, well, I think they don't have control anymore. The interest about people or over the people are getting lost. Even if they're having like money loans, support for unemployment and stuff, I think there hasn't been a big impact in the country. Many self-employed people have to go out and work. They don't have any other choices, you know. We don't have insurance here to pay, not even like the basic food. So, yeah, we have to go out and work. Also, one of the problems is ignorance that runs over the people. There's people that still don't believe that the virus exists, so I don't know, it's quite dangerous anyway. I'm surviving somehow by spending time with my pets. I've been doing a lot of research about topics that I like. I don't know, like circumventing, photography, coding. There's a lot of information there that it's quite better than just being on Facebook, honestly. Being locked isn't really a problem for me because I really enjoy being with myself and to do stuff. Sometimes, of course, I miss the sea, forest, to go out and visit my friends or to go dancing. Well, it's not that bad. Anyway, I've been doing a lot of things that I had been planning like for even years. And I'm doing it and it's quite satisfied, honestly. I lost my job about 3 months ago or 4, I'm not pretty sure, I think 3. I've been working by some freelance projects. They don't pay as much as I usually spend, but it pays my bills, like the basic. But to be honest, I really don't know how much this will last because they're not as current as when you work like normal work. But I keep looking for remote projects, like even if they are not well paid, because that's something that is happening. I keep looking at them. I mean, I have to eat and there's nothing else that I can do about it. My recommendations: I recommend you definitely exercise is one of the answers. I didn't used to like yoga, honestly, but I found a cool app that is free. It's called Down Dog if you wanna download it. And well, it's free by this time. You can send them a message. You are not able to pay them by now, so they give you free time. I think it's great and it's been nice. My nerves are way much better. They feel way much better. And it's a moment to not be on the cell phone. You know, an hour of exercise is like free time of no cell phone, which I think is great for you. Another thing you can do is to get excited about learning more things and to be kind to yourself, you know. I think it's quite important to be kind to yourself because sometimes we really get lost on some banal shit, like comparing ourselves with others, like body types, who gets more likes. I don't know, it's quite silly. Or this eternal feeling that I have to do something, I have to be useful, or I have to feel useful. And we kind of forget what we really want. What about us, our inner selves, to reconcile with our feelings, what we really want, what we don't want, and what we really like to be or to feel with no one telling us what to do. I think that's about it.
Hello everyone, my name is Natalia and I'm a freelance illustrator from Dominican Republic. I am currently in lockdown and I decided to come to my hometown in order to spend this difficult time with my family and closer people. I wouldn't say I lost my job because I have been working as a freelance illustrator for over 2 years, but I lost clients in projects that I was really looking forward to work on. I also lost opportunities of participating at local conventions that I'm not really sure if they are going to continue with the plan. And yeah, it's been really draining emotionally because looking at the news, at the people, at your own house, your own reality. It can be super stressful and draining, not knowing what to do or what's next, So all the anxiety, all the uncertainty, it's a little bit draining, and it can affect your productivity for sure. I have been home for over a week now. I am back in Santo Domingo, and in this short period of time, I have realized how much I miss this place and how much I miss this tiny area in which I live. Maybe being here makes me feel closer to the things, the places, and the people I was used to before the COVID-19. Maybe within a few weeks I will be able to visit my favorite art store again, or to go outside and draw and take walks, Of course, being careful and taking care of myself and others, but being here definitely makes me feel closer to the normal life that I used to have. So it's been good. I think this is it. So thank you so much, guys, for being there and for allowing me to share this experience with you. Thank you so much to Naelle for inviting me to be a part of this project. So I hope you guys stay healthy and safe, and see you around. Bye bye.
Hello, Naelle, and hello, everyone. Thank you so much for the invitation and for giving me the opportunity to speak. Yes, so my name is Lionel Cruet, and I am an artist and art educator. I am located right now in New York City. I'm sheltered in here. I was working on an exhibition and a few projects at the beginning of this year, and it happened that the pandemic situation and the emergency caught me here. I have been sheltered in since the beginning of March all the way up to now, and we are on May 30th, so you can imagine. I think if we see the situation as it is going and as has been happening in the news and what we have been seeing all around in the press, the situation is a real situation. You can certainly feel it. The city has changed a lot, and I think it's gonna change, and things that were normal before are gonna become a new normal. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just taking care of my health and keeping up with the people that I care. I have continued work really hard and stay in contact with the communities that I'm part of. We hope that everything gets to be resolved soon. I feel like all of my initiatives and everything that I was doing in terms of my research for my art projects has happened from home, and I'm still continuing. It has become a little bit challenging at times because I like to work in partnership with different organizations, communities, and to be able to create some projects. And that has become a big challenge just because we can't see each other. So most of the thing has transferred into electronic communications. And I'm thinking about how that creatively can transform into the outcomes and the outputs of some of the art projects that I'm producing right now. But I have kept very creative. Also in the personal side, I have kept up with family and just chatting almost every day using virtual communication. In the past 3 months, I just have not seen anyone, maybe 1 or 2 people that has been in my near proximity, but that's about it. Everything has been through mediated digital platforms, and it feels it's a different normal, it's a new normal, and it's a new way of engaging that we have to start to adapt to. And I'm interested, I'm willing to make those adaptations. Believe it or not, I have had more time to cook. I like to cook, but this has been a really good opportunity for me to keep it as a continuous practice. Listening to music, which I love as well. So it just has been a really good balance to nurture myself during this time. One of the things that has been very, very sad is that I have received so many emails of cancellations of projects, cancellation of opportunities for artist residency programs, and other, opportunities that help me to grow as a person by being part of different communities, and those involving traveling to different locations, creating in different spaces and just networking with other people. And those, it has been extremely sad that I have received so many news of organizations that have disappeared, or just cancellations of projects, some of them postponed until possibly next year, or until they could be able to rethink how those programs are going to follow through. And that has been a bit sad in terms of losses. In terms of other things, I have tried to find new ways to keep engaging and self-initiate different things. And for that part, that has become ways of getting an income and just being able to maintain myself. And an interesting note is that I have never done something like this, but in the past weeks, I've been working with these groups of young adults and their families, trying to bring some art workshops through online engagement, video chatting, and trying to engage with people through the creative practices. And I noticed that most of the communities that I work with, which are young adults and all of them are immigrants newly arrived into New York City, I noticed that they lack of certain materials and accessibility to art things, right? I self-initiated this fundraising campaign to be able to acquire some basic art supplies to put them into boxes and send them to their homes for their use and their family. It was really interesting that I got an overwhelming amount of response from my contacts and from the people that support the project and the initiative that I do. We were gladly able to raise up to $1,300 in art materials in like 2 days. And it is really exciting. It was an opportunity for me to understand how to communicate this need and to challenge myself, which I have never done something with a fundraising aspect. And it was really, really interesting. And I really want to use this platform to thank all of the people that were part of this initiative and who were able to bring a little bit of what they had to contribute to this. In terms of some recommendations that I have for people, please have fun, laugh, because that's the most important thing. That's what's going to keep us alive through this situation. And use this time wisely to be able to nurture yourself. For those of you that like to read, take the time to be able to do it. Take the time to be able to challenge yourself, like while cooking. And as I mentioned, that is one of my favorite practices. Just try new things and engage with people, okay? Think about your family members, those that you have not contacted in a while, friends that you have not chatted for the longest, and try to reconnect with them and try to spark that joy on those that you really care, and try to reestablish new relationships. That will be my advice. And also, if you have that desire to be creative, certainly please engage in those, okay? Because creativity is what is also gonna get us out of the stressful situations.
Hello, my name is Naelle. I am an artist based in Puerto Rico. This is my story. Let me give you a little bit of a backstory. Puerto Rico has experienced an economical crisis for the past 15 years. The government has been exceptionally corrupt since I was born, to be honest. Most of the citizens are elderly, thus at risk. The island had a very strong hurricane 3 years ago. More than 4,000 died due to the government's negligence. We also had an earthquake back in January this year. Electricity and water services are unreliable. They come and go constantly. Last summer, the Puerto Rican people joined the forces to remove the genocidal governor from his post. Due to the earthquakes and repression, we could no longer continue cleaning up the country. Many of the corrupt politicians forced to renounce didn't go to prison. What a shame. The island is still shaking. There are refugees in the southern cities due to the earthquakes. People who don't have a home to abide during lockdown. The government has done a terrible job to address this situation. We pay a very large sum of taxes in the island, and instead of using all that money to help us survive during this calamity or the previous tragedies, they just steal the money while claiming they have no idea what they're doing. Testing the population for possible cases hasn't been a priority. People have had to deal with bad situations such as not having their psychiatric medications. Some doctors are not being paid fairly, and as usual, the poor are the most affected, losing their jobs, starving. Meanwhile, opening up the country for business has been prioritized. We are in lockdown since early March. Face masks are required by law in my city. If you don't wear something to cover your nose and mouth, you're supposed to get a $200 fine. Nevertheless, as soon as non-essential started opening, people have been going out rampantly with and without face masks. I've encountered more people in the streets than before the virus, Seems ironic, but in reality, it is expected when there's such a vast lack of consciousness. People from other cities complain about the face mask law in Utuado. Although most face masks won't protect you from catching the virus, I believe that the mask is a symbol of consciousness. You see other people with masks, you wear a mask, and you become a mask. Not really. You become aware of the situation. A symbol of empathy, like, yes, I want to protect other people. Personally, I suffer from asthma and another autoimmune disease. I am also the caretaker of both my mother and my grandma. Initially, I struggled to get groceries due to my distrust in the system. The best solution to stay safe was hiding from other people at home. It felt like if the virus doesn't kill you, the government will. However, as days go by, I've adapted to take all necessary precautions, including cleaning anything that enters the house. I am fortunate to have the cat's companionship as they guide me to keep going, no matter what the future holds. We should all be conscious of our actions. The virus ain't going anywhere soon. We have to learn to live with the virus without risking the lives of others. Whether the government cares or not, it's our responsibility as humans to move forward. We are the future, and the future is now. Once again, thank you so much to absolutely everyone that has participated in this series. In season 1 and in season 2, I think we've had more than 45 people sharing their stories around the world, and I'm very thankful, I'm very grateful. This series of videos started when the pandemic was quite new and we were all like, what the hell is going on? But right now, I think many of us are feeling like, yep, this is the new normal, so we have to adapt. Please join the conversation down below. I would love to know how are you dealing with the whole situation. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more. Until then, I will see you next Monday, hopefully. Take care. Keep washing your hands and bye!